Today I'm Edward Mogg, and I'll be looking through the University of Newcastle Community Marketplace project, which is a student-focused digital platform designed to improve how University of Newcastle students can buy, sell, and exchange goods within a trusted, closed community. So our goal is to build a secure and easy-to-use online platform tailored specifically for university students, where students can buy textbooks, lab equipment, and other stuff within a trusted marketplace. So in today's digital world, there are many different platforms such as Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Gumtree. They've all revolutionized how we buy and sell stuff online. While this serves great for large audiences, it doesn't cater to smaller communities such as university students. Online marketplaces have become massive. Their global value is about $8.8 trillion as of 2023, which includes everything from people selling homemade jewelry to cars to laptops to practically anything you can think of. This platform works well for large audiences, but they lack the ability to focus on specific communities, such as university students who might need specific things like lab kits or course-specific notebooks or stuff that won't really appear on a wider marketplace without a lot of searching. This is why we came up with the University of Newcastle Marketplace. So public marketplaces have no filter for anyone who joins. Anyone can create an account, which is open the doors to a lot of scamming. If you ever had to meet a random person in a car park to get something, you would know how it feels. You just feel like you get scammed whenever you want. We fixed this by making UON email only to register. This simple change ensures that you won't get scammed, as everyone will know who everyone is and you'll feel a lot safer. There is no a verification system for most online public places, platforms such as Facebook and eBay and Gumtree. That means anyone can access the site, which is, anyone can use it, which is dreadful. To make sure, we're not doing everything over and over again, we looked at different stuff like Facebook Marketplace, which is fast and user-friendly, but it lacks user verification. eBay was good, but it's got a bidding system instead of a marketplace feature, and you don't go see the person to get the item. It's all, you post everything through the mail. And Gumtree allows local trading and has student categories, but it suffers from minimal moderation, and there's no identity checks on Gumtree. So these platforms are powerful. None of them really meet the day-to-day needs of students. Students want to trade in a safe place. They want to know who they're dealing with. They want quick access to relevant listings, and they don't want to be flooded with irrelevant content. So that's why we look for gaps in the system. So student identification is the first thing we looked at. So we did that by creating UON only users. So you have to have a University of Newcastle account, email address to make an account. We also, a university focused system means that your listings are filtered, so there's more filters in it. You won't see cars from Sydney or job ads from Perth or anything. It will just be for Newcastle students, and there will be academic relevance. So we've included categories like textbooks, courses, and supplies. You can search for course code, semester, or topic, which platforms like eBay and Gumtree do not offer. So our motivation for this is to bridge the gap between mainstream platforms and the unique needs of university students. It makes trading safer by verifying identities. It makes the process easier by streamlining listings, and builds a stronger community where students can help each other instead of just relying on strangers. So we use React.js to build the front end interface, which allows us of the user experience, so it allows us to look at it on a website platform. Our routing was done with React Router.dom, which helps navigation between the websites, and we use file-based authentication to authenticate students and only give access to UON students.
Hello, my name is Jaden McSkimming, and I'm going to be talking about the aims for this project. Our first aim was the sign in and sign up aim, which is now being completed, where it is a sign-in system which is exclusive to university students, and through using file-based authentication, it only allows access to users under the the domain of @uon.edu.au, which keeps the platform secure and relevant to the actual use of the app. Next, we have the aim of browse listings, where it's our main page, which lets users view item listings at a glance. This includes item photos, their condition, and their location, and who made the listings. And by clicking on these listings, it can show detailed information and the purchase options. Next, we have the editable user profiles, where users can post their own items, they can fill in details and upload images, and the listings themselves are editable, and users can update them or delete them as needed. On top of this, we also aim to have editable profiles for the users, which adds a bit more personalization for them, where users can change their name, their avatar, and the location, if need be. We will also have real-time messaging, where there can now be a built-in chat between buyers and sellers, so there doesn't need to be a reason to leave the platform, and this makes safety and negotiation a lot better. Our next thing is the search tools, where users can search items through keywords, categories, or pricing, and this helps filter what they want and find out what they're looking for faster. Next is the notification settings. Users can get alerts when items are sold, bought, or delivered to them, and this keeps everyone knowing what's happening and in the loop during these transactions. Finally, our governance and moderation aim, where our platform has clear rules for what's allowed through our policies we are creating. Additionally, admins can remove posts that are flagged due to the violations of the policy, and they can also ban users who break the rules as a safety precaution. This helps to keep the UON marketplace more safe and trustworthy in total.
Hi, I'm Corey Pickett, and I'm going to be talking about our methods and activities for the UON Community Marketplace project. First off, our user registration and profiles. To support a student-exclusive environment, secure and accountable access to the UON Community Marketplace is maintained through our registration and profile management system. We establish that both pages require an email and password, with the registration page requiring an additional input box to confirm a created password. There would also need to be links to the opposite page. For example, a login page has a link to the registration, and the registration page has a link to the login page. An initial design of each page was implemented, then Firebase authentication was implemented to store and authenticate all user emails and passwords for the application. React was utilized to generate the links between the pages and ultimately provide routes to each respective page. Testing was then performed to ensure the authentication system was secure. Feedback was received from our supervisors, which was then enacted upon to achieve the complete state of the system. Item listings. To facilitate an easy process of both listing and buying products for students, the item listing functionality was designed and implemented through an iterative process. An initial design on Figma was generated with requirements including the ability to add photos, pricing, detailed descriptions, categories, and keyword searchability. This design was then demonstrated to our supervisors and improved upon based on the constructive feedback received. Currently, we have implemented a placeholder listing system with individual items requiring a name, title, and content, largely based upon the LinkedIn Learning course completed previously. Due to time constraints, we have opted to fully implement a complete listing system after the semester break.
Hello, it's Jaden again. Now talking about the login page. We built the login page with JavaScript and Firebase authentication, where only University of Newcastle network users can access it. which is at uon.edu.au. And they can do this via their email and password, which is then verified by Firebase. Once the users log in, they can view their profile, post and purchase items, access the messaging part of the application, and sees personalized content based on the past views of listings, etc. And it opens up like a whole new space of the application for them. With the login, you can also reset your password by selecting forgot password, which by using multi-factor authentication can give the user the chance to make a new password. And it also links to the user registration option, which is covered later. Right, for just a quick run through with your login page, here's your email section where you can type up your email, your password page where you can show hide your password, and if you somehow forgot your password, you can go here where it's very clear what you gotta do. Just enter your email at uon.edu.au. I spelled that wrong again, look at me. And then reset your link where it will be sent to your email. Then you can try log back in again with your new password. That's really it.
So this is just the registration page for the UON Community Marketplace. The primary goal of this is to obviously register an account, and then you will then go to the dashboard and have access to other features of the account. The design is simple, with the form being in the center of the page, and so which makes it easy to read, and it is readable and accessible for everyone. Anyone can look at this and realize exactly what they need to do, write an email, a password, and then just confirm the password. The background is light with contrast to this to make it easy on the eyes, so you look at it and you understand exactly what you need to do. Upon successfully registering, you go to the dashboard, and then if it fails, it says please enter valid email, or if the passwords don't match, please enter valid passwords. So the registration page is designed to be simple and easy to understand, and users will easily be able to look at this and understand all the functionalities behind it. Hello again, Edward here. Welcome to the demonstration of the UON Community Marketplace dashboard. This is the heart of the platform, and it's the first thing students see once they logged in. The dashboard acts as a control panel for students, has all the key functions they need, like browsing, listings, creating posts, messaging other people and stuff. It was designed to be simple and effective, so anyone can use it really. So on the left you can see there is dashboard home. There's menu at the top, this is the side menu. There is dashboard home. There is listings for you to create a listing and browse the marketplace. There is a messaging feature. There is a profile thing that lets you view your profile or edit your account info. We designed this to be very easy to understand. You can see here, if you press this, it goes back to the sign in page. We got listings here, fake listings at the moment, but we will add more listings when people start using it. We can add more listings here, and as you can see, you got stuff like old stuff, and use my old parking spot, so different items and services people can use on it. All they need to do is press view listing, and then they can get more information on it. So everything is designed to be simple and easy to understand. There isn't a lot on here at the moment because there aren't any listings, but as people add more listings, you'll be able to see it. The design is blue because that is the main theme of the page. So we got blue up here and blue here, which is kind of like a Facebook blue because they used it quite well, I thought. But so the main themes of the pages are blue, as that is what it is. Yeah, and that is the dashboard for you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christiaan Merx, and I will be introducing you to the back end of the UON Community Marketplace. The back end of the UON Community Marketplace is mainly comprised up of third-party code libraries as well as third-party software and services. The back end of the UON Community Marketplace is built upon Node.js as its foundation, Express.js as its API calls and routing, MongoDB as its database, and Firebase authentication for its authentication. A single database is initialized and reused across all requests, enabling item listings to be stored globally, whilst user verification required for contributing to the marketplace is accessed through the user registration and login implementations. With this current system, it allows the ability to be extended easily with additional API calls in the future. This could include adding new item listings with a title, description, photos, etc. The system can also be modified easily for the use in other projects by altering API calls and routing whilst maintaining similar functionality as this current project. Hello again, Christiaan here, and I will be describing the utilization of MongoDB in the UON Community Marketplace. MongoDB is a third-party database creation and management tool that can be utilized to store the UON Community Marketplace's data. By storing the data in a database, it prevents web scrapers and other information gathering tools from opening the UON Community Marketplace up and gathering data that is not for their viewing. By doing this, it increases the marketplace's data security in a pre-established orderly fashion. There are two versions of MongoDB for database storage, a local host version and an online database service. The marketplace utilizes an online database service to store the data online, which allows the marketplace development team to access the database on any device, and once the UON Community Marketplace is finished and implemented, the data will be stored and saved in an external location rather than within the marketplace's code and/or storage location.
Hi again, welcome to my Firebase demonstration for the UON Community Marketplace. So, if I go over to my Firebase tab in Authentication, we see we have no registered users for this project. Perfect. If I head to Sign In and Register, and we make a test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, super simple password, we will be registered. Password's not very strong. We are now logged in as this username. If I head back to my authentication tab, we are now a registered user with when the email was created, when we last signed in, and a unique user ID. Perfect. Now, if I was to sign out and attempt to register again with that same email, perfect. We get an error as the email is already in use. Now, if I was to also use too small of a password, would also throw another error as Firebase deems the password too weak. Now, since we are a registered user, we can now use the login page. uon.edu.au 6. It'll show when we log in, we get a little event. and we are now logged in as this user. If I was attempting to log in with the incorrect password, see, different, you still get the event message and then an error for invalid credentials. Now, I can also disable set account, which will not allow them to log in anymore. And we'll just show that for you here. Great. Now we will move on to item listings.
Hey, it's Jaden again, talking about the listings page. So in the items listing page, users can browse, view, and create listings. The listings show the price, image, condition, location, and the seller info. We will incorporate a search and filter option where there's a search bar and a filter to help users find the items faster. Only authorized users can post listings, which are users who are under the domain of @uon.edu.au to make it more secure for people. There's listings that are created as saved under the MongoDB database, and each listing is linked to the user's Firebase authentication ID. So each user is connected to the authentication ID through the listing. In terms of display, it will have the listings have a responsive card layout where if you click the card, it will show more details about it, such as where you can purchase it, etc. And you also have the option to save and wishlist on it when you click the actual listing page. Right, so here's our prototype user interface for our user listing page. So what we have here is we can see the name of the item being listed, how much it's going to cost, who it's listed by. Then you can go to visit listing, where you'll then see the actual items page, which shows you more advanced description, its condition, link to the actual buyer where you can see their profile, their location, and where it's listed on, what date it was. You can buy it now or add it to your wish list. Additionally, in Figma, we've also added a page where you can manage and edit your own listings, where if you click edit listing here, you'll get up to this page where you can change its title, its description, its condition, its location, change its image, and delete listing in total if you want to. Keep in mind, this is still a very early prototype stage, and hopefully we will advance it a lot more during the break. Additionally, once an item has been sold, this page can open up where you have the buyer's name, their contacts like their email and phone number, and their location, where you can mark it as sent and it will be off the database so nobody else can see it. That's it. That's what we have for the prototype iteration so far, which we'll hope to do a great deal more of later on.